Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to join you on the occasion of the second edition of the Cambodia Youth Internet Governance Forum and to address you on behalf of the United Nations YIGF Secretariat. At the beginning, I would like to sincerely congratulate the members of the Multi-Stakeholder Organizing Committee of the Youth Cambodia YIGF, as well as to the Secretariat, and all of those who participated in preparing for this year's forum. Thank you very much. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. My colleagues from the Cambodia Youth YIGF Organizing Committee asked me to say a few words about the concept of the YIGF and its framework, as well as about the engagement opportunities in YIGF 2024 activities. As I'm sure you know, the YIGF is a direct outcome of the World Summit on the Information Society that was hosted in 2 phases in Geneva and Tunisia in early 2000s. The convening of the forum by the United Nations Secretary General happened in 2006, and shortly after, the very first YIGF was hosted by the government of Greece. The YIGF serves to gather everyone as equals to discuss internet governance-related issues. Internet governance is defined as a development and application by all stakeholders in their respective roles of shared principles, norms, rules, decision-making procedures, and programs that shape the evolution and use of the internet. And if you look today at the status of the digital technological development and the way they are part of our daily lives, then I'm sure you are also aware that having a multi-stakeholder approach to governing of the internet and related tools and services is essential, is critical, and we are very fortunate to have the YIGFs around the world, including in Cambodia, as effective framework to do so. In terms of the YIGF's mechanism, there are a couple of components which are critically important. First one is the Multi-Stakeholder Advisory Group. It is a group of 40 members coming from all stakeholder groups and all regions with gender parity across the group, whose main task is to advise the Secretary General on the program and agenda of the annual YIGF meeting. In addition, there is also the leadership panel, the multi-stakeholder 15 members body that strategically guides the YIGF toward being more impactful. The core principles of the YIGF, so everything that's developing within the forum's activities, relates to openness, to multi-stakeholder approach, bottom-up approach, inclusive, transparent, non-commercial, and community-centered approach. And the YIGF Secretariat, which is the office where I am addressing you from today, based at the United Nations office at Geneva in Switzerland, has a task to ensure that all activities are indeed developed in accordance with these YIGF principles and procedures, and we do so in a neutral way, trying to support all our stakeholders to ensure that the forum serves their needs. The YIGF is a process. It is composed of a couple of important components. One of it that I already mentioned is the annual meeting, every year hosted by a different government. But in between the 2 annual meetings, there is a series of activities, which we call the intersessional work. And the intersessional work is community-focused, community-centered thematic work that is aiming to unpack various issues of communities' interest related to digital governance. So far, 18 annual YIGF meetings have been hosted by different governments. We are now in a phase where we are preparing for the 19th annual YIGF meeting, hosted by the government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Riyadh from 15th to 19th of December. If you visit the YIGF website, you will see that the draft program is already available. It features more than 300 sessions focused on various topics which are nested under the overarching theme, building our multi-stakeholder digital future. The program sub-themes are quite diversified, from innovation and risks in the digital space to looking at the way digital can serve peace, development, and sustainability, to the way it can advance human rights and inclusion, all the way to the digital governance overall. I sincerely hope that you will be able to join us on site in Riyadh. There will be plenty of interesting engagement opportunities. However, if not possible, there is always a possibility to participate online. That can be individually, that you connect to all our sessions, to visit virtual IGF Village if you're not able to be in Riyadh. But you can also think about maybe organizing yourself in the comfort of your place of living to host a remote hub and to participate in that way as a community in the IGF. Should this be the case, we are at your disposal, and we would like certainly to support you in organizing a remote hub and for the world to benefit from your organized channeled contributions. I mentioned the intersessional work. The work this year that is ongoing relates to best practice forums, policy networks, and dynamic coalitions. All of those are basically open multi-stakeholder groups, networks of stakeholders from around the world of different backgrounds who are working on unpacking issues such as the cybersecurity issues, internet fragmentation, meaningful access, artificial intelligence, as well as various other particular specific issues that are covered by the dynamic coalitions. The starting position for all of these, if you would like to engage, is to subscribe to the relevant mailing lists and, of course, reach out to the IGF Secretariat, and we would be more than happy to guide you through the way you can engage. Just as the Cambodia Youth IGF, there are 172 other national, regional, sub-regional, and youth IGFs existing in the world. They are our critical partners in understanding, first of all, the local specificities of internet governance related issues, but also they are our critical partners in ensuring that at the global level, we develop programs that are comprehensive enough to be relevant to everyone in all parts of the world. Finally, I would like to draw your attention to other very important processes, critically important for the IGF and for all of us who are connected to the internet and users of various digital services and tools. That is the recently adopted Global Digital Compact that now is going into its implementation phase. At the IGF, certainly we expect discussions to take place about this important concept of shared values and principles on digital governance and its implementation. The Agenda for Sustainable Development has a goal of to be achieved by 2030. We strongly believe at the IGF that digital can serve as an accelerator, as a supporter of sustainable development everywhere. And all our work at the IGF is really aimed to support the achievement of the SDGs. And then finally, we are going next year into a very important milestone. I started this presentation with mentioning the importance of the WSIS processes, what gave birth to the IGF, and I would like to finalize it with that point. We are now entering the 20 years review process of the World Summit on the Information Society. That means that next year the General Assembly will be looking at what has been done through the WSIS processes, including the IGF, in the past 2 decades. And most importantly, it will be looking forward in terms of what can be done to ensure that we indeed benefit from the digital technologies. I invite you to remain connected to the IGF. There are various options. The IGF Secretariat is really at your disposal, and please don't hesitate to contact us at any point in time. Once again, thank you very much for inviting the IGF Secretariat to join you on this very important day. We all here from the office wish you fruitful deliberations, and we look forward to learning from you, as your outputs will certainly be valuable inputs to the IGF in Riyadh, and with that to the global community. Thank you very much.